For this collective awakening, the young often lead by being more demanding, less willing to settle, less willing to believe that something is impossible, though almost 6 decades on this earth have taught me that those things the status quo says are impossible do come to pass, from time to time. I remember that, 20 years ago, leaving the age of fossil fuel behind seemed impossible because solar and wind were as expensive as they were inadequate. And I remember 1992, when a total of 6 women in the US Senate, including the first woman senator of color, saw it hailed as the Year of the Women, since that was more than there had ever been before. There are currently 25 women senators. Feminism is part of an immense endeavor on all 7 continents, and sometimes a space station or 2, to change how we imagine gender, rights, equality, consent, voice, to create a conversation that invites participation for those who have felt excluded, silenced. It's a conversation about race, gender, sexual orientation, trans rights, disability rights, religious freedom, neurodiversity, and so much more, and about how these things can intersect in a single person or interaction. Anyone in this conversation learns from others to look harder, see farther, ask new questions, use new terms that admit new possibilities. It is as though we're wandering through the night, each with our small light, sometimes all shining our beams on the same problem until we see it clearly, passing descriptions from one to another, building trail maps together, sharpening the focus, until we reach somewhere new. Or become something new. Speaking up about the men who harassed me seemed likely to make things worse. What I wanted was someone to shout with me. There have been some very literal choral moments, as when huge numbers of feminists use the same hashtag. For example, in 2014, a young Muslim woman launched #YesAllWomen in response to the dismal male response to the Isla Vista massacre, when a 22-year-old incel killed 6 people near the University of California, Santa Barbara campus. She was responding to the widely used hashtag #NoThillmen, which shifted the focus to exonerating men rather than recognizing how immense the threat of violence is for, yes, all women. Made by Mohammed Nadeem.